Well, for appetizers, I've been doing this one for years, and you can do it a couple different ways, but it's bacon wrapped, almond stuffed dates. People love them, they eat them up. Who I am is Butch Milbrandt. What I do for a living is grow grapes, oversee the winery. The cooking part is a release. Be able to prepare a dish and people enjoy it. My second passion is aviation. My third passion is motorcycles.
Have you checked the oven? I can smell
I
your
do need to.
pavlova.
I need to check that. Excuse me. For appetizers, I've been doing this one for years, and you can do it a couple different ways, but it's bacon wrapped, almond stuffed dates. And you need to use medjool, the very large fleshy date, and you just make a slit in the side, pull the pit out, stuff an almond in there, and wrap it in bacon. People love them, they eat them up. And you can also do them with cheese inside, like blue cheese, Roquefort or something like that. To get started, I probably should taste this 14 Chardonnay and make sure it's, something I can serve to my guests. And this is our new label on our 2014 Chardonnay. Every few years we kind of tweak the label a little bit. This vintage, we kind of upgraded it quite a bit. We'll see what you think. Very nice. You like Chardonnay? You should like this a lot. So we're cooking appetizers, and we're starting off with the bacon wrapped dates, which is pretty simple. You just take dates and use the medjools, the largest dates that are produced, and inside the pit is in there. So you take the pit out, replace it with an almond, gives it a nice bit of crunch, and you do that with each date. Take the pit out, replace it with an almond. You can use other things inside the date. You can use blue cheese, feta cheese, who knows? There's all kinds of different things you can stick in there to make it interesting. So you have the dates, and then I buy just kind of like the cheapest bacon you can get because it's the thinnest bacon. That's a half a slice there, and about a third of a slice is about right. And then I kind of thin it out, stretch it a little bit and make it thinner so it wraps around nicely and it's not too thick. We want it to bake kind of quickly, and you can see it even gets really thin on there. Pierce it with a toothpick right through it, try to miss the almond, and you place these on a rack so they can drain, so they're not sitting in a pool of oil when you go to take them off. So this is fairly easy to do. I mean, if you had a youngster in your family, 8, 9, 10 years old, they could be helping you make this appetizer. It's not brain surgery. Even I can do it. So there we go. We have bacon wrapped dates. This is just for a small group, maybe 2 other couples coming over, and we're just going to make small appetizers today. So this is going to go in the oven for probably 20 minutes. And till that bacon is the texture you like, whether it's really crispy or a little fatty, whatever, that's the way to have it. Okay, so something else we're going to put on the appetizer tray today is a wine-infused berry compote, which sounds very elegant, but it's just simply some berries frozen in a bag. We just thawed out about 1.5 cups, and we're going to put in this pan. And we're going to warm this up and reduce it down with 1/3 cup of sugar, which gives it some sweetness, and we'll give it some thickness too, some viscosity, and then about 1/3 cup of wine. And here I have some leftover Sentinel that happens to be in the fridge, so don't go to waste, it's going in. So bring that to a boil. So you see that it just is boiling nicely now, so we're going to turn this down to a simmer and let it simmer for like 10, 20 minutes, just kind of reduce it to half. And then we'll be ready to take it off the heat and let it just sit till it comes to room temperature, and we're ready to serve. So we better check those dates and see how that bacon's coming along. I think I can smell it. They're snapping and popping in there. It won't be long, like that's been about 5 minutes or 5 more minutes, and these are gonna be done. They'll be nice and crispy bacon, nice warm, soft, hot dates with that almond in the middle. Well, we're gonna pair it with the Traditions Merlot from Milbrandt Vineyards. I know it's a red wine and these are sweet things, but the Merlot is so soft and velvety. The cheese will certainly be a foil for the Merlot. And you're getting that sweetness of the honey or the compote is gonna work very well with it. So I think you're gonna enjoy it. It looks like they're getting pretty close to me. I don't like my bacon totally crisp in this case. I like just a little chew to it, and it's very thin bacon, so it doesn't take much to get it done. So you can see they're pretty well ready to eat. Let those as well come down to room temperature, and then they'll be ready to go on the appetizer tray. Well, we use barrel ends just for those appetizers, for hors d'oeuvres, and sometimes we serve wine on them. If we take them out in the vineyard on an impromptu table or on our rock table, then the rock table is kind of rough, so this makes great flat surfaces. And so here we have bacon-wrapped medjool dates stuffed with an almond, some water crackers, dried apricots, goat cheese, and for a little color, some lavender from the garden. Lavender-infused honey to serve over the cheese. Here we have a chunk of manchego, which you can take a slice off or chunk off as much as you want. And this is the wine-infused berry compote to serve over the goat cheese. And here we have a mixture of olives from like 4 or 5 different countries, and some Marcona almonds that I roasted. Lots of things going on.
When we do a bigger gathering and we're out on the back patio, we usually have, some of your banquet tables. We do kind of like a little area where we have the hors d'oeuvres set up. Of course, we're having our wine tasting. You've got that set up and all your different bottles of wine, your reds and your whites chilled and room temperature. We also like to have a little beverage station set up for designated drivers. And sometimes people have decided, they want to take a little break, have a little glass of water. We usually have a big water jug full of some type of fresh fruit or sliced cucumbers or something, gives it a little more pizzazz. And then we also usually do a big jug of iced tea too.
Those are specifically for walking around with appetizers and a glass of wine. This little plate has a notch in it where you can hang your wine glass in it so you can, fill up your appetizer tray and eat, drink, and be merry without spilling all over yourself.